doing quite well. Does this light look a little bit bright today? I don't know. Lee Kenton, how you doing, buddy? How's how's the British Isles? How was Indigenous Peoples Day? reset, reset retirement. You're a new one around here. Coach Brett, how you doing, buddy? It is good to see you. I'm always enjoying your workout videos. I hope you are doing quite well during all this insanity. Estefan, it is good to see you. Or Egan in Florida is here. All right. And if you guys are joining in from Periscope or YouTube, be sure to leave me a comment. That's the only way that I know that you're there, because I am restreaming. And if you are catching the archive of this on YouTube, leave a message, hit subscribe, share it. That would be rad. All right. Reno Nova from Michigan. Well, how is things in Michigan? All right. So, guys, really wasn't sure what I was going to talk about today, as in it's just getting crazier and crazier. And then when we have these peaks and valleys of stuff going on, it's like it has been quite the ride with so much stuff going on that when we're in these valleys and not much is going on, I tend to get nervous now. Because it's like you start to get used to it. You get used to all that anxiety. And then when it's not there, you wonder why. When it's not there, you start to get a little bit nervous. Ninja Cat says, I love your awesome rad style. Well, thank you very much, Ninja Cat. I dig your name. So with all these peaks and valleys, when we're in a valley, like I feel like today we are, when it's not a heavy news day, I start to get a little bit nervous because I'm used to all the insanity that's going on around me. Now, here's the thing about it. I don't like the insanity going on around me, and I'm sure that you guys don't either. I have a life to live. I have goals. I have dreams. I have aspirations, things to aspire to. And when all this insanity is going on around me, it tends to remove my focus from the things that I want to do, from the people I want to connect with, to the world I want to engage in, and moves that attention into a place of desperation and fear. And I don't want to be used to all this anxiety. I don't want to get used to the insanity of it all. I want a normal life back. Remember, guys, what life was like back March 1st, February? Remember how we were hearing rumblings, but then all of a sudden the coronavirus was on our doorstep. Ninja Cat is giving me hearts over in Periscope. Well, thank you very much, Ninja Cat. I appreciate that. So it's funny with the human mind, body, emotions, what we get used to and then start craving. This is why it is incredibly important to objectively look at your surroundings, look at your life, and be able to judge from an objective position whether or not it's healthy or not. Because we tend to get used to things rather quickly. We're human beings. We're in a very invasive species where we have been able to overcome some of the craziest atrocities and scenarios and Mother Nature has to offer. And then we've been able to thrive in the worst and harshest of conditions, whether it be alone in the desert, alone in the forests of Siberia freezing. We have been able to come together, build communities, create certainty out of uncertainty, and thrive. So this is why it's incredibly important to take a step back, detach from what is going on, and ask yourself, is this the sort of environment that you want to get used to? Is this the sort of environment that you want to thrive in? Or is it the kind of environment that is supporting and encouraging for you to survive, to do better, to make things up? So I always mess up your name, my friend Shaq Kurban Baba. Hello. It is good to see you again, my friend. Thank you for joining us over in YouTube land. So, and the thing about this, how many of you all have been in an abusive relationship or know someone who has? And you ask yourself, how can they stay in such an awful situation? Well, it's very easy when you understand how easy it is for human beings to adapt to their environment and thrive and figure out what they need to do in order to survive. If you think about internment camps, a gulag, a concentration camp, or think about some of the harshest environments in which human beings have built societies. There are situations in which none of us could survive or even begin to think about how to survive, yet finding ourselves in that situation, we would find a way. Even my soft ass out here in Los Angeles. So keep that in mind. And this is also why, as I was discussing yesterday about pushing yourselves into the unknown to learn what you are truly capable of, because we find ourselves in these these environments that we've created for ourselves that are actually quite soft. They don't challenge the human spirit. They don't challenge our human will. And that's very important. So it's important for you to find those opportunities where you can force yourself into the unknown and control it. So you throw yourself in the unknown, you make yourself work out, you find a new skill to learn, and you put yourself in that frustrating environment for a few hours. You sit in it, you stew, you adapt to it, and then you remove yourself. Charlie is joining us all the way from France. He's on vacation. And Vaughn Swab, how are you doing? I hope I've said that right. It's good to see you all. So all of those things matter. Now, I posted up today that desperate people do desperate things. And this goes along with being able to thrive, adapt, and flourish in such harsh environments. And there is those harsh environments. There's two parts to it. We tend to try to control the elements of those harsh environments that we control. And then the harsh environment manipulates us in hardening us and shaping us in order to deal with it. It's a two-way street. And my point in that is that we're trying to do that now, where we're trying to control certain aspects of a pandemic and societal civil strife by reaching out to friends and family, trying to discuss things, trying to keep our head on our shoulder. And then also the environment itself is shaping us. Here we are changing our routines and habits to best make do with the situation at hand. What will we be coming out of this? Hopefully smarter, better, faster. And that was, I think that was our hopes and dreams for all of this. It's certainly been a bit bumpy. We are at each other's throats. We have been polarized. We have been polarized in thinking that our temperament, our way is right. The other person is the enemy. We have this has forced us into dividing ourselves because resources, or at least what we need to enjoy ourselves for shelter and health, is slowly dwindling away as millions of Americans and people all across the world are looking at their living situation and getting a bit nervous about it. It's putting them on edge. And people are wondering why people are freaking out. People are wondering why everyone is so short-tempered. And I live in Los Angeles. I myself have seen fights, people losing it, flying off the handle over nothing because they're so tightly wrapped. You're trying to protect yourself and your family. So, Juatista Saints says there is a vaccine by Russia. Just did. I saw this morning. Well, thank God we're saved. The vaccine is here. Yeah. You know, I am the kind of person trained in self-development where you look at your surroundings and you see how you can make the most of them, and you want to support and encourage it and force the best out of people and want to celebrate people's successes. We hope for the best. So I will tell you that, yeah, let's hope that Russia has figured it out. Let's hope for the best from Vladimir Putin. But, you know, I'm not highly encouraged by it, but I'm not going to wish it a failure. That would be foolish of myself. You know, as a human being, we're so filled with so much emotion. And when we have friends do well, when we've worked so hard on certain achievements in our own life, and we see people close around us put in what we feel is not as much work as we did, or certain achievements come so easily for some people and we've worked so hard, it is incredibly difficult not to get pissed off over that, not to get angry, not to wish them harm, not to get jealous. But these are this is part of the human experience that allows us to grow, to realize that our shortcomings have put us in a place where we're wishing harm or wishing bad or angry at somebody. This is where you grow, to call yourself out and go, wow, I can't believe how angry I'm getting at this person for achieving what they have been working on, which has eluded me. Perhaps I should call them up and give them a congratulatory call, wish them the best, and ask them any tips for how I can reach it. You know, that's what it's about. Juatista Saints says, yes, you got my name right. Well, hopefully I got it right on both times. It's a difficult one, but thank you over there in YouTube land. So all of those things, they matter. And I guess the point of all this was I wanted everyone to think about how difficult all this time is for all of us. And we're all trying to adapt. We're all trying to be at our best. We're all trying to figure this out and get through this to the best of our abilities. And I hope for a lot of you, you are working on things to keep your mind occupied. Because here's the other thing that is certainly difficult here, which is we have more time on our hands than ever where we're not at work. We're not running from one appointment to the next. Our social lives have been reduced to just Zoom, and we're spending more and more time on our machines, on our learning machines, on our computers. And there are conspiracy theories every which direction you look. And I myself, upon doing research, trying to read about something, trying to figure out where I'm at with everything that is going on around us, and we're dealing with elections, we're dealing with polarization, we're dealing with a fracture in one of our parties being radicalized. All I see are people being radicalized. Why? Because desperate people do desperate things. When you are looking for help, you are looking for a life raft, so to speak. You feel as if your survival depends on help or anything that allows you to feel good. It's easy to find yourself drifting down conspiratorial roads through the internet looking for hope. And it's difficult. So be careful of all of that stuff. Make sure you objectively look at some of the things that you're thinking about, it's not as if I dismiss all of this stuff. I keep it in my mind, but I try not to allow it to push me around emotionally. How do I do that? By being honest with myself when I do feel myself getting upset, angry, jealous, pissed, sad, depressed. You have to start asking yourself, why? Why do I feel that way? What is going on that is in a position to act in this manner? If you allow yourself to do that and you are honest with yourself, you will find some pretty interesting answers. Especially, it's like, oh, well, perhaps I've been going down the YouTube rabbit hole too much, and I found myself getting and learning about stuff that is not allowing me to be productive at the moment, or that is pushing me in a direction that is making me angry or hate or upset at certain people. This goes for all of us. I have never seen so much authoritarian behavior as we're seeing now from all sorts of people. These are the subtleties and some of the niceties and civil discourse that seem to easily disappear as soon as trouble arrives, as soon as resources start dwindling, as soon as people start getting uptight, anxiety starts to do its damage. Charlie asked, Johnny, do you want to confess something? I don't understand what the question is. Are you asking to confess my own misgivings or rabbit hole conspiratorial stumblings? I'm guilty of it just like anybody else. Nicole, how are you doing? I'm glad to see you. I hope you answered those questions that I had sent you yesterday upon your question. If so, it will certainly help you. So none of us are immune to it. We're all susceptible, and we all have to deal with it. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing that, yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to say about that. Desperate people will do desperate things. I'm seeing a lot of desperate behavior, and people are grasping at straws. People are trying to control what they can't control. And they also are reaching out to try to arrive at some certainty in a time of uncertainty. This forces people to lash out. This forces them to do desperate things. All this authoritarian behavior you're seeing, it's because people are lashing out because they're terrified. The more that they can control, the better off they are going to feel in their own lives. It's a natural response to feeling out of control. It's a natural response to feel like it's a natural response to want to start controlling things when it appears that things are spinning out of your grasp. And, I think in all of this, and I myself am guilty of it, when I start to see this sort of behavior, I get mad at the people who are resorting to it. I myself need to do a better job of understanding that they're scared, and that's what's going on. And I get it. I still don't like it. I still don't want bothered by it, but that is what it is. We're all scared. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing that I saw, and let me see if I could pull this up. I don't know if you guys had caught this, but in Los Angeles, we deal with a lot of earthquake stuff. And because of that, it makes me incredibly nervous. And due to everything that is going on and how easy it is to observe all the bad stuff going on in the world, you better believe that the next level of insanity or off the wall things that would happen would be an earthquake in Los Angeles right now. And yesterday there was like 5 separate rumblings in Altamira, which isn't very far. And it's putting everybody here on edge. And after living in Los Angeles for 10 years, I can tell you that each and every one of those little rumblings, especially during a time like right now, it's easy to allow that to push your anxiety a little bit further. With that comes the knowledge that I am moving to Las Vegas in 3 weeks. And we have these rumblings of earthquakes that have been happening. And I've lived here for 10 years and have felt the rolling shakes, the rolling quakes, and the major shifts. There's a part of me in the back of my head that realizes that I'm on a timetable to try to escape Los Angeles before we have a large earthquake that is going to set me back sometime, that is only just going to add and be part of the rest of the insanity that is already going on. So guys, you are helping me count down to getting out of this. So what do you guys anyone want to place bets on me escaping all of this before earthquake hits? Anyway, it's one of those things that is in the back of my mind that I'm trying to escape and get out of here before that goes down. Anyway, guys, that's all that I had for today. Be kind, everyone. Try to remember that everyone's going through a lot of uncertainty. Everyone's trying to work through incredibly difficult times, and they are adapting to the environment, and the environment is changing us to help us deal with it better. It's a two-way street, and with all of that change, people are definitely on edge. Charlie says this is in the SF part in you. This is the SF. The SF, I'm not sure what that means, Charlie. Let's go through this. So Ninja Cat, you are new here, and I saw that you checked out some videos. So where are you from? You can give me that as I as I go through the rest of the comments and see who's there, I want everyone to enjoy themselves. Have a wonderful day. And let me check. Do I have a meeting tomorrow? No, that will be on Thursday. Oh, Ninja Cat is joining us from New Orleans. In fact, one of my favorite cities, Ninja Cat. And AJ, my business partner, and I, his sister lives in New Orleans, and I have spent many a Mardi Gras and a Halloween in New Orleans. And what I would do to get back to some of that soul food and Coop's fried chicken. How about that? Have you been to Coop's? I'm sure you have, Ninja Cat. It's a very famous place, and it is one of my favorites, and it's my first stop during Mardi Gras for New Orleans. All right. So, guys, I'm going to head out. Have a wonderful day. Oh, got some love from Indonesia. Yes. Ninja Cat says yes. Coop's Indicator. Yes, that is the one. Fantastic. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. Remember, we're all changing rapidly, dealing with the situation. We are making some of those changes ourselves, and the environment is also causing some of those changes. It's difficult. People are acting desperate because they've been put in desperate situations. None of us like to be forced into change. That force and I've said this on the show before. When I am forced into the unknown, it puts me on edge. When I'm learning a new skill or have to go into the unknown, I like to prepare myself. But when you're forced in it, it has an adverse effect of having us be incredibly frustrated doing something we don't like to do. And it's very easy to haul off on people. And keep in mind, the authoritarian behavior that you're seeing is an attempt for people trying to control what they don't have any control over. So keep that in mind. Guys, if you enjoyed what I had to say today and you want to check out our year-long mentorship program, just DM me in Twitter or Instagram the word X Factor. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.